Hello, you are watching News 18. I am with you, Ben Kashwat. Cancer cases are increasing rapidly in India, so much so that India is also being called the cancer capital. According to a report, there were approximately 14 lakh cases of cancer in India in 2020. In 2021, the number increased to 1,426,000, and by 2022, it reached 1,461,000. And as we speak, it seems these cases are still going on. Why are cancer cases increasing so rapidly? Can we prevent it? Cancer can be defeated. How can it be given? We are here to discuss critical issues with the nation's renowned cancer surgeon, Anshuman Tomar. A very warm welcome to you, Anshuman. Speaking with you, the matter is serious. The way it is coming out about you, it's scary, but you're also raising awareness and treating people with long-term cancer. Once a week, the one who is the Princess of Wales, Kate Middleton, she shared how she's battling cancer. Sushil Modi, a senior leader of BJP from Bihar, has said that he too is fighting cancer. These are people who are financially capable. Even those who are conscious about their health are suffering from cancer now. While there is so much talk about awareness, Tujati, it's time to think again. Why are cancer cases increasing so rapidly?
It would be best if we start here with what cancer is. Generally, people understand cancer to be just a disease, and that's where the discussion ends. Understanding this is most important. It's very cold outside. The cells of the organ are devoid of their abnormal purpose. The rain falls hard on the roof, drop by drop. And it has the ability to transfer certain things from one organ to another. Normally, this does not happen. This is called cancer, abnormal, purposeless. First of all, understand that nothing comes from outside. It only receives signals from outside. But it doesn't need outside approval.
That's what become luck.
And what this became not normal and abnormal, like Mali lives by your consensus. I am Atang Wadidwen Jaya. He was from your very society, but after becoming a terrorist, started attacking society itself. And then from one state to another, from one county to another, you started to run away, you began to grow, there's an answer. So, understand it this way. Why did this happen to your cells? Why did the cells rebel against
Which
you?
are those stones that have turned our joys into aggression, or in your language made them terrorists?
We'll understand when we grasp why the Princess of Wales or leaders got cancer if they are aware. It's critical to say, I don't agree with it. Those who are broadly aware usually get a heads up from doctors about causes like alcohol, cigarettes, tobacco. I might agree with it, but what about those who are hidden? Pollution was everywhere in your society, in your home, in your environment, including air pollution, water pollution, noise pollution, food contamination, heavy metals, plastics, and polyfluoroalkyl substances, chemical fertilizers, insecticide, pizza, burger, circadian rhythm disturbances. I'll elaborate on this later. Meaning, sleeping at abnormal times, waking up at abnormal times. Do you think athletes live like that? Sleeping at the right times? They suffer all night, sleep during the day.
So you're saying stress and rough surfaces can cause cancer. That
Yes,
can lead to
absolutely.
cancer.
Yes, let's settle the gold first. Narcissus study was initiated in the United Kingdom. Initially, recruitment was for nurses, then for other working women who work at night and sleep during the day. A lot of health issues were observed. In that the chance of breast cancer was much higher. After a very long study, it was found that abnormal secretion within, meaning sleeping after the sun has set for you,
The secret
you
won't be
sleep
fully
as
revealed.
long as the sun rises. After, in the brain, there was a hormone secreted named melatonin.
Will it be normal now?
The pituitary gland, which is the master of all the hormonal
Will it be normal
glands.
when he becomes the master?
Your hormonal imbalance will cause hormonal imbalance in your body, especially an imbalance of estrogen and progesterone in females.
Health's best
Cancer
friend.
risk will increase, ovarian cancer risk will increase, endometrial cancer risk will increase. It was proven in the study. People thought it was a very minor thing, but it's not minor. It's a serious issue of abnormality and skepticism. The same pressure, mental stress, and physical stress. If you do not get enough sleep, then physical stress of any kind. Now, will you say stress? Can a person not keep saying
I
stress?
bought three.
Non-lingual, non-lingual.
Stress happens when we
but
work.
At most stress.
It's essential for work, but must be persistent, long-standing, and repetitive, meaning happening
They are
over and
constantly being
over.
made. And
This
then
makes it
flooded with
dangerous for you.
patches.
How? Mental stress. When it happens to you, then reactive oxygen. And ROS cells generate inside. It will damage the knee, that then will cause damage, but the body's defense will correct
Who will
it.
do the
Repeated
cake?
damage will eventually lead to cancer, and cancer will start to develop. You might think my life cell got a big. Really?
And without stress, we cannot hope. I am living a life, and now even school kids are stressed. Reports have come out that children are stressed, those who are employed are stressed, women who are managing homes are stressed. He's stressed too, and these are all sorts of stress situations. They can explode.
Yes, I mentioned persistent, depreciative, and long-standing are essential. Then it will be made for a long time. But tell me, if everyone is stressed, then what is the stress for?
Look into
someone
it.
ought to be happy. No one is happy. Look, strange nowadays has become a training and fashion symbol. That not being stressed means
We are showing
no
everything.
work.
We are
Today,
transparent.
if we start thinking from the state of mindfulness awareness, so 80% of the stress will be gone. 80% of the stress is unnecessary. 20% will remain because he is human. Life for humans is like a roller coaster. Going up means coming down, and
We need you
coming
to be
down
on your
means
toes.
going up because they have caused you harm. And in this life too, you must have seen the graph, it goes up and down. If the graph becomes flat, it means you are in danger. If
Nunchi-
life exists, so will stress, but you can reduce it with awareness. Decode the necessity. Do not take unnecessary stress because they sample
Okay,
your
now
work
we'll
for
learn
a
the
short
leg press
time.
wake back. There are many causes of cancer, including diet habits, our lifestyle, sleeping patterns. Waking up, not taking tension, all this is included, explained very briefly. Also consult a doctor. Uncle, now tell me, does this also happen in children? Cancer. So, a large number of children also get cancer. What types of cancer occur in children? You might have seen it too. We create your diary.
One could say there are congenital changes from a very early age, meaning under 10 years old. There's a thrill in it. Parvan. When a child grows in the mother's womb, so if a child gets exposed to a carcinogen, meaning a cancer-causing agent, it's a hit. But then the child doesn't get cancer.
Then it
a
didn't
child
happen.
was born and then was exposed to something else in the second or third year, but then it developed into cancer. Two-hit hypothesis. There's genetic cancer, single-hit hypothesis, retinoblastoma gene is abnormal, RB gene. The child will be born with an eye cancer along with, it causes Win's tumor, various cancers which are born of it, you understand? Two types of cancer. Now you get the third thing, a cord cancer. After 10 years. When a child is developing in the mother's womb, the mother is exposed to some chemicals. Like I mentioned, when you use non-stick cookware, there's a significant exposure. Nostalgic things are like the wrap on top of the pizza that contains B-face. B-face being an obesity-causing part. But it has no calories, you did not eat it for energy, but it's getting fat and it also has carcinogens. Obesine and carcinogen, it goes to the placenta. It affects children, and these children were in the body. This chemical causes a newborn's growing cells to become cancerous very quickly. That's why PFAS are called forever chemicals. Meaning a chemical
You're
that
saying
will
the
always
exposure
remain
occurred when the child is warm.
inside the womb.
And when the children who have grown up themselves, who are eating pizza, are consuming,
Gee.
there are Danes in them
Yes.
too.
Now I'm getting to it. Imagine now that you were not exposed. Now children are eating ultra-processed food. Ultra-processed food, you could call it what I call poison. And Brazil's classification has come out on how to classify fruit. Nova 1, Nova 2, Nova 3, Nova 4, with Nova 4 being ultra-processed. The food that has been prepared from the factory in such a way that nowadays its essence is lost, meaning wheat, rice are processed into flour. losing its fiber, antioxidants, and multiple nutrients. Eating too much of a certain food increases the glycemic load, meaning when you eat, the amount of carbohydrates was very high. High carbohydrates, obesity, insulin resistance, a hormone that controls sugar has spiked.
And the cancer cells started to grow. Plastic waste.
Order
in
food
depth.
online. Bisphenol A and phthalates leach. Child ate food stored in the fridge, then heated in the microwave the next day, and organics leached, a cause of cancer. Your home has non-stick pans, non-stick fans, plastic pots, which also release phthalates, a cause of cancer, polluting the atmosphere. The presence of heavy metals in vegetables, the presence of insecticide fertilizer, and the more exposure at an early age, the more dangerous it becomes. These are all becoming factors of early age cancer because the child has never consumed alcohol, never smoked. It seems the cause of cancer is in your environment. So it's important to stay alert. Say Jaguru about what you're eating and what you're applying inside or outside with Jaguru Cosmetics.
So should we stop eating pizza, burgers?
Yes, asking him would definitely not be tough. I illuminate the kitchen in 3 ways. The kitchen of God. As natural things are coming and you are consuming them for gardening, it will keep you healthy. A human's kitchen, purely Indian, will keep your kitchen clean. The food made in a human's kitchen will keep it even cleaner than a devil's kitchen.
Jambar
The packaged
Magarar.
processed food that we are ordering from outside, no one is ready to cook for you. Even today, if mom gets tired, she says, son, I won't cook today.
They place orders.
So, whoever orders from outside and cooks for you is doing business. It's not beneficial for health, it spoils health.
Many people like to make pizza burgers at home. If they do it, is that harmful or is it okay?
Regarding the substrate, you sure what to use like roti is of flour and edible
Should
wax.
it be
correct?
homemade or
Whether
bought?
you cook it indoors or outdoors, if you're roasting an alternative way to make pizza, that you're making the base with home-based flour. Use ghee instead of butter. Use butter and cream instead of cheese and apply it on green vegetables. Name it Indian pizza. Tomorrow, the reason for any Hindi happening in the world will cause a greater panic due to the pizza you are eating and becoming sick. It comes out.
I think explaining to the children will be a bit difficult. A lot of people hear about pizza burgers but don't implement them in their lives. But it's essential if you care about the child's health.
Look at it.
Bibliotheater.
You can call this a generational shift. Think about it. There was no concept of learning like this
He
30
used
years
to wear
ago.
a seat belt.
No,
Was the helmet really necessary
Back then,
or
there
not?
weren't so many
Absolutely. In
sorries.
today's date, if you are sitting in a car, if you are so much into the seat, children will bump into you. Install a seat belt. It takes 30 years for a jungle to shift. Why? These dinosaurs, which our system is being harmed by those I call traders. A dinosaur that damages you typically dies in 30 years. A dinosaur, a
That's
businessman.
great.
Cultivate curiosity in children from now. Gradually, they will. If you have told what he will do. Band-aid is used. Children get hurt. We apply tourniquet bands, or even adults too. That can also cause cancer. It is carcinogenic. He essentially came to study in America. The Environmental Agency conducted a study on it. Think about it, when PFAS was added to ACEs, it wasn't antiseptic. The bandage that used to come before, you might have seen, was made of cloth, a fabric bandage.
What got wet
PFAS
would
was
escape
added
into
to
the
make
water.
it waterproof, which used to be completely porous and wet. And this is both grease resistant and water desiccant. So a waterproof coating was applied. The environmental load was so high that my team objected and got it banned. Now in India, we should discuss this especially because ever since the epiphysis was cut, there has been absorption. So we should talk about it now as it happens in India. Non-stick pan, Teflon items, your non-greasy, non-sticky shirt. First remove the pizza wrapper and that pet sheet that doesn't stain or hold water because it all has pee in it. Then we
These
can
are
cook.
all the things that seem luxurious to us, that make our life easier and are to use.
It also seems very easy to
But just
them.
because something is attractive doesn't mean it's good. It might be more harmful, as you, sir, and Anshumanji are explaining. The clothes that don't stain and are wrinkle-free often contain substances that can increase the risk of diseases like cancer. How will we study? The clothes I am wearing now, can they also cause me cancer? How will we
Pain phase,
study?
if applied on the body for a long time, will be absorbed through the skin, meaning transdermal absorption. It accumulates inside the body and is therefore called a forever chemical, meaning it will never end. A chemical that persists from doom to doom. Then it will go. How will we do it now? Without using a waterproof bandage, use a simple bandage that is not waterproof.
Everyone
Use the
likes
first
me.
one or use antiseptic at home. And surgical gauze pieces and regular tape are kept for the baby. Apply it on the cut. Best solution, avoid such fancy stuff as you mentioned.
How
A
does
cotton
using
glove,
a stylus
Why do we
feel?
use non-stick so that the least amount of oil is used by looking at the children? When non-stick was being marketed, this was the concern highlighted. Using non-stick cookware seemed convenient, but it turned out to be a source of cancer for us.
See, there's a recommendation for everything. A lot of business comes in between. It used to be about oil. Sugar is harmful to the
Deal.
heart. Did it come or not? Sugar is bad for the heart. And pure cow ghee and mustard oil are very good for the heart. So commerce comes into play here. Then came oil, which is very bad. Refined oil is poison. All kinds of refined food, what I say is redefine your food rather than define food. Redefine your food and go for wholesome food. So, pure mustard oil is recommended for you according to your recommended body weight if you are Hindi. Heart problems and obesity are separate issues. Doctors will advise how much oil you can use for cooking. Iron wok, iron pan, utensils are of brass. Cook in stainless steel utensils as they are inert. Cook in these if you truly want non-stick. Now there's a ceramic alternative with ceramic coating.
All
Use
skew-
those without Teflon or PFA
We prepare-
agents. This is the
Now,
solution for
the
that.
next question is, do boys and girls have different types of fears regarding cancer? And at what age should one become cautious? Because you often say that awareness is necessary. Get regular checkups and screenings. There are so many types of cancer. Which cancer should be screened and when to start?
There are two aspects to this. Who needs to be aware at what age? It's always morning whenever you wake up. The day you start listening to podcasts, from that very day, you'll change no
Avoid
matter how
speaking,
old
then
you are.
proceed now.
Whether you're 5 years old today, 10 years old, 20 years old, or 50 years old, you will change today because your reversal starts now, meaning you will return to a Hindi life. First point, second point for adults. Now this has become a matter of personal sin. Screening, meaning how to detect early. In men, 3 cancers have become common. Lung cancer. If you're a smoker, not being a smoker in places like Delhi today, due to vapor pollution and air pollution, can prevent mouth cancer and throat cancer. Those who consume gutka, tobacco, cigarettes or alcohol. And third, prostate cancer was commonly seen in people over the age of 60 to 50. But now it's occurring even at 50.
Meaning diseases are starting to occur
Breast
earlier.
cancer is becoming more common among women. Cervical cancer, which is called cancer of the mouth of the uterus and called video. Broken plate. This is specifically cancer of the gallbladder. If you are from Uttar Pradesh, do these. And by the banks of the Ganges,
It is
Bihar, Indore, and
necessary.
24 Parganas, West Bengal, go to Bev Bungalow. Garbage cancer is more common along its edges because in the right water, we cut the effluents and waste products from all the factories are being dumped, leading to their use in irrigation and polluting the fertilizer materials, which is becoming a cause of cancer. This area is considered the cancer belt of North India. Screening will be done from the same site. For screening, it is essential to know the unusual characteristics at any time. What does uneven selection mean? That was not happening in your diagnostics. So, from us, difficulty in eating, changes in voice. If you experience unexpected menstruation, such as bleeding between periods, or if it occurs at the time of intercourse, get it checked if there's a lump in the body.
Don't worry.
If there is a blister that does not swell, then do jazz to aim for the sky. Secondly, it's recommended when to do the general screening Every woman over 40 should get breast cancer screening either through mammography, sonography, or sometimes MRI as advised by a doctor.
All right,
Think
there
about
isn't
it.
a complete package
What
either.
is that, or what could it be in the coming multiverse?
Seeing the complete package is impossible because age-based
The methods
gender
vary.
distillation occurs. It's not correct to say that doing one thing can cure cancer in the entire body, whether male or female. It doesn't work like that. So Storm became one with cervical cancer. Establish a marriage or relationship, and after 10 years, make sure to get a pap smear and DNA check for HPV. The benefit of this will be that if HPV DNA is present and is in the precancer stage, we can divert from there. Preventing cervical cancer can catch early cancer. Cervical cancer occurred. Gallbladder cancer, often dismissed by women as just gas trouble, is a simple ultrasound away. A basic ultrasound was done, checking two things, the liver, the labrador, and ovaries. If it's okay, then you'll have dyspepsia, meaning trouble with indigestion, take medicine,
Please.
drink serum. It will indicate prostate cancer if a smoker, or in places with pollution, go for a chest x-ray for breast cancer, and if there are sores, swelling, or bleeding in the mouth. Yeah. So, get a cancer screening to ensure it's not cancer. There are 6 screenable
And
cancers.
this applies to 6 months, 1 year, 3 years,
Mammography
every
once a
year.
If your pap smear is negative for 3 consecutive years, meaning there's no abnormality, then get a pap smear every 3 years.
If someone gets infected with cancer, then what if someone gets infected with cancer? How does cancer happen? And you must be getting cases too. How do they arrive in the early stages? If we talk in terms of percentages, how many people arrive late?
The paradigm has shifted now. When I came to Delhi, 20 to 30% were aliens on stage.
Consumer.
Previously, 70% were in the advanced stage. Now about 60% are in the early stage. 40% are still in the advanced stage, especially those in remote areas.
Sing or
From
not?
states or villages. The first dictum in cancer is to accept your diagnosis.
Yes.
Cancer has been diagnosed, accept it. Usually people are in denial, thinking it
I
can't
can't
be
do
happening,
it.
it can't be true. Sometimes people get caught up in alternative therapies, carrying them around, or even going to someone dressed in saffron thinking
Come
it will
here.
cure cancer. That's not how it works. Accept it and take brave steps to fight it. Involve your family. Talk transparently with your doctor about the disease and the treatment. And when a doctor tells you something, trust in it. Living in Owen Gerol, it's important to get a second opinion because you might not be getting the right information. After that, stage by age, disease by age, which organ has cancer, which stage it is, treatment is decided accordingly. We are currently heading towards Crete at normal speed. Operation underway. Chemotherapy, what we call medicine, radiation therapy along with rays. The doctor will tell you whether surgery is needed first, chemotherapy first,
It
then
depends
surgery.
on what stage
At
it
what
is
stage
not.
and which type of
Cancer treatment is very expensive. So, is there a possibility like an injection for cervical cancer available now? Plans have also arrived for vaccinating girls over 10 against cervical cancer. Are there vaccinations for other cancers?
Granny, the vaccine for cervical cancer is here. A vaccine prepared against the human papilloma virus has been introduced in the budget. We
Includes
insist that this be applied to children.
9 to 12 years old.
वो पता है hepatitis B is a type of jaundice that can lead to liver cancer later on.
This is a difficult
Vaccines
week.
are available, and if administered, there won't be any predation and no cancerous children. That's for sure.
Happiness
Research is going on
shot.
another vaccine, including prostate cancer, melanoma. There's a study that just came out.
Therapeutic vaccine.
If you get better, what medicine should be given to
Thank you.
ensure the cancer
sing a
is
lullaby.
fully treated and doesn't
Goes
relapse? Good initiatives on therapeutic vaccines are happening.
What
but
is
they
it
haven't
also?
hit the market yet.
Who is that
Once
girl?
they do, we'll see the impact. But it will be costly. You asked another question about why cancer treatments are expensive. The issue of cost comes up when government institutions don't provide treatments. Is it significant?
That's a big question.
Why is it that the cure for cancer is only available in private? It's a new normal taking over that we've bought into.
Why isn't it happening in the government institution?
So what is it now? It isn't. What is it? What's the state of cancer treatment in government hospitals in
Cancer
Maharashtra?
screening is available at some governmental level, or else bathing is happening. There is no medicine. So he is alive to correct it. The reason for this intensity is that I always ask if cancer is a personal responsibility or public health issue.
That's your personal opinion.
So, what have we bought? If we didn't take alcohol, tobacco, then why cancer? So, this is a public health issue, pollution of your environment. Food control should be enforced by the agency on food products and adulteration, but it wasn't. The use of plastics wasn't stopped either. We are getting cancer from someone else's problem, from the industry's problem. There are public health issues.
So when will this be considered a public
Until
issue in India?
politicians' reform and health purity is achieved, nothing will happen.
This means that what you are saying, the manifesto of political parties making cancer a part of that manifesto is essential.
When he was campaigning for his election, the fourth point of his manifesto, the current president of America, was about this. I will try to eliminate cancer from America. This happens in the devil's own country. Can't do this in India.
If there are rights and
afterwards.
duties in the agreement, it's acceptable. It is our
Yes.
demand and the government's duty to provide us with an environment where to be able to keep oneself healthy and safe till one returns. As you mentioned, first we need to prevent cancer. If we are infected, we need to move forward with treatment openly. Is there a treatment such that cancer doesn't return? And how likely is it that you come
It
back?
depends on the location of the cancer and the stage it is in. Stage 1 cancer is generally treatable. It won't come
Take
back.
it.
In the rest, spasticity, it kills its circulating thimerosal, reduces its ability to return. Because they exert full effort. They are actually cancer cells. Preventing the part of the chromosome that breaks off and infects other normal cells, it's stopping relapses. So there's ongoing work on gene therapy, which if successful in stopping relapses might change the outcome of cancer. Cancer ends from the dictionary. There is also this possibility. Water
You've
flowed
shared
forward.
good news. Good to know that Ayurveda has remedies for cancer, right?
First, let's understand what advanced means. Ayurveda is a health system from India and is very scientific. But sadly, some saffron-clad merchants have monopolized it and have caused the most damage to Ayurveda. Educated degree holders of Ayurveda today are not falsely claiming that there is a proper treatment for cancer in Ayurveda. And it's true. Ayurveda has a great contribution to cancer prevention if it is practiced
Taking care?
carefully. T-FED plays a good role on cancer relapse. And in cancer treatment, the side effects can be managed well with Ayurveda. So what is the need? A holistic healthcare approach is required. Modern medicine is tough. Doctor, are you with me? The outcome of cancer could change. What's happening today in modern medicine hospitals treated by modern medicine doctors? The poor patient wanders in such distress looking for another way out.
It freezes
who else
like
should not
this
do it?
due to the glitch.
This is not Ayurveda. It cannot be
In
treated
the
with
end,
this.
I would like you, the general public who consider themselves healthy, to heed my and many of our viewers' advice. He does what he can, staying away from cancer from dawn to dusk. Shocker.
Question asked.
First of all,
I would say
I-
healthcare, which they call hospital, should be renamed to sick care because there isn't a wellness center there. Health means well-being. Or take care of the swastika. A healthy person should engage in physical exercise. Ayurveda states that preserving the health of a healthy person is our duty, and the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare take a new mantra for the breathing
an
family.
arm, industry of disease, health.
We should promote it because there won't be any space left for
Bruin
wellness
syndrome.
programs otherwise. For a healthy person, I say stop using toothpaste and brush in the morning. It contains triclosan and sodium lauryl sulfate, which are serious cancer hazards. Use neem or babul twigs for brushing, as I do, and I'll share more about it. And it's healthier
listen?
for you to stop using shampoo. Dysentery was also programmed by you people with shampoo.
Stop using the hair straightener.
It's causing cancer.
Soak gooseberries overnight. Wash your hair with that water. The hair will become very shiny and clean. Second, stop eating from plastic containers. Plastic water bottles have been removed.
Stop using plastic wrap for home cooked food at the office. Give your own plate. Get food served in from home. Plate, a spoon, a glass.
Carrying a brass glass can change your life. Eat at the right time, sleep at the right time. I keep saying your circadian rhythm will normalize and you'll be healthy. Strategy, leadership.
Reduce the use of external chemicals as much as possible, whether external, like cosmetics.
Okay.
Cosmetics have become a major cause of cancer.
Use fewer chemicals, whatever you do. I will make sure you are allowed minimalism. Reduce your needs. Do not expect love from others. Lessen your needs. Then the chemical load on you will decrease.
I didn't say
and
it.
keep the waistline, the line of the waist, away from the chest line. Reduce obesity.
For breast cancer, prostate cancer, endometrial cancer, and colon
You
cancer,
do?
follow these 5 tips. And leave the rest in the podcast comments. I'll discuss them next time.
Absolutely. Wake up on time, sleep on time, give your all. Lifestyle obviously will be very different for many. The effort is to trouble ourselves as little as possible. Thank you very much, Anshuman ji, for joining us and becoming a part of our podcast. We hope that all the advice you've given will prove beneficial. Thank you very much, everyone, for being here.